Spawned in the darkest pits of the universe, the piratical Eldar are a curse upon all races of the galaxy. For untold thousands of years they have preyed upon us, stealing forth from the shadows and dark places on their raids of terror and violence, massacring or capturing all whose paths they cross. That they are utterly evil and inhuman is without question. Not mine though, mine are nice. Hello everyone. This is Codex Dark Eldar. I assume this is still the way it works, but back in the day, yeah, you got the main rules, which were a little bit heftier, and then you got your smaller book for just your own guys, and this is a very small one. There were never very many Dark Eldar guys back in my day. They just never got updated, and they had like 10 different units, and they were garbage. But they were the sharpest of all armies, so therefore the most dangerous to stand on. We're just going to have a quick look through this. This book, by the way, is sick, and it's full of really nice pictures. Look at that. I want these guys. Why did I never get these guys? I could definitely have got these guys if I'd wanted them. I think I had one of these. This is the one of the things that I thought I had one of that I never bothered building, but I couldn't find when I looked for it. And there's some Space Marines at the bottom there, about to very easily win this fight, most likely, because the Dark Eldar just go away when you shoot them. We've also got some nice art. Look at these guys. Beautiful. They look like they're having a great time. You are doomed! Doomed, I tell you! For tonight we will feast on your very souls! Yeah, that's the kind of... These were pretty edgy boys. This guy over here with his Lord of the Rings ass hat with a skull on it. Yeah, Dark Eldar. Why collect a Dark Eldar army? In the right hands, the Dark Eldar are a deadly foe, but make no mistake, they are not an easy army to use. Other armies can rely on nice thick armor or large numbers of models to cope with their leader's errors of judgment, but not the Dark Eldar. The troops that make up a Dark Eldar army are quite fragile, and it takes cunning and guile to use them well. However, if you possess the finesse and skill, a Dark Eldar army can run rings around an enemy, leaving them bloody, terrified, and, most importantly of all, totally defeated. The Dark Eldar, I mean, they could move faster than everyone else. They had special rules that let them go fast. They didn't have more gun than anyone else, particularly, and they have no armor at all. The way it used to work, I don't know how it works now. I do not know the rules to current Warhammer. Look at that bike. Look at that guy on that bike. How are you going to stop that deviant? He's getting away. He's going to escape. You're not going to stop that deviant. He's too fast. Yeah, they got a special rule so the guys could sprint. I think everyone can sprint now, but it used to be just Dark Eldar who could do that. They can also capture people to gain extra victory points, which is a thing. It's mostly just fluff. It doesn't really do anything, but they can do it. And they can't be the defenders. They can only attack. They have one mode. They just go. But right, what I was saying, the way it used to work is if your unit has a low armor save, you just will never get to roll the armor save because every weapon had an armor piercing value, and if that was better than your save, you just didn't get a save. So at 5+, you don't get a save. You never are allowed to not die when you get shot. And there's not a lot of things in the Dark Eldar army that have either particularly good guns or particularly good bulk. These are the boss ones. These are the biggest guys you get in your army with a whole 3 wounds and 3 toughness and a 5+ armor save. I have an Archon, but the one I painted in my series was a Drakon, I think. I got the Archon off eBay, and I need to show him because I got him off eBay like way back in the day. But he is very much of the era. He is full on goblin green base, masterpiece. I'm gonna show him off at some point. They're the most vicious and ruthless boys that are around. That's fine. Look at this guy. What's he thinking? Who are all his friends? We also painted a homunculi. I think I did that after the series finished. He can carry like all the best guns, but he has 4 toughness and 2 wounds. So he also just goes away if shot at. What's that? They treat the infliction of misery and death as the highest of arts, gleefully producing choruses of screams and taking delight in every nuance of discomfort and woe. We very edgy here, boys. And these are incubi. I have a couple of these guys as well in Goblin Green Base mode. They are your only good units that you can have, I think, and also you can't have many of them, and they're very expensive, so you probably shouldn't. The punch things in close combat, and I think they mean they have power weapons. So I think the guy doesn't get a save when they do that. And they get like 2 attacks, even though it says 1. They have an extra built-in one. Because their hat counts as a pistol. Does it say that here? Or does it say that later? Yeah, they're armed with a Tormentor helmet and a Punisher. The Tormentor helmet just has a gun in it that shoots on its own. The hat shoots people. We have 2 grotesques. Neither of them are finished. And they have the Feel No Pain rule. That means, well, I think this is like a thing that Dark Eldar just do now. From the brief, from what I've seen, I had to look at a couple of videos. That if you shoot them, you get to roll a dice, and if you roll a 6, the gun didn't hurt me. Actually, it's fine. Don't worry about it. In this, grotesques just don't. You can't shoot them with guns that don't have enough strength. If you shoot them with a gun that has less than 6 strength, they don't feel it. Although, you can hit them in close combat because you can chop bits off them. And they're also stupid. Mandrakes we got a few of. Got a few of these boys. And they... I said they turn invisible, but I think they're just kind of... hard to see. Shadow-skinned. Chameleon-like. They can blend in. And they actually get an armor save. Because of that, they get to roll their 5+ when you shoot them. I don't know if they do much. Oh yeah, and the deep strike. That's fine. That's nice. We're just gonna run through this quickly. I mostly want to get to the pictures. Whiteches have like all the rules in the world, and they have special weapons that only they can use, and they have all this crazy stuff, and they have a 6+ armor save, so they're the only thing more fragile than regular Dark Eldar warriors. We got the dogs, the nice dogs. I never got any of those, and I should have, and they're beautiful. This is my favorite art in the whole book. This Space Marine is so mad that this dude's trying to eat his head. He's so bothered by this. He's like, come on, guy, what the hell? What are you doing? Let go. The Space Marine is winning this fight, make no mistake. Space Marines don't lose to Dark Eldar. Spawned from the bloody nightmares of mortals, the warp beasts are death and pain embodied. They're very edgy. We got warriors. They can go in cars. Here's the car. It's, I think, the weakest vehicle in the entire game. 10 is the lowest armor a thing can have. And it's also open-topped, which was a rule that I can't remember what it does, but it makes things even more fragile. So, yeah, that's nice. The way armor used to work in Warhammer was like you needed. People complained it was too complicated because you had like there were 2 different charts depending on how much you beat the armor by, and you added the strength of your weapon to a random dice roll, and then if it was higher. If it was equal, you rolled a glancing hit, and if it was higher, you rolled a penetrating hit. But 10 armor means that a Space Marine with a normal gun can... Actually, a Space Marine with no gun at all can just punch through a raider with his hands, which isn't ideal. The jetpacks are very expensive and seem very bad. I don't know if that's true, but, you know... I'm not, when I look at these numbers, this one wound, this one attack. It doesn't fill me with confidence. They do have so much out about the bloody bikes, though. They love them. They just love going around fast. I think they had a boost. They got like a boost rule added or something. They could use a turbo and go a bit faster. I can't remember. But they could go a bit faster than every other bike, but then it's like Games Workshop are like, oh, this one army we never updated is the only one who has this special move. Just give it to everyone. It's this one army no one plays because they're garbage and haven't got a new unit in like 10 years. And we got the Hellions, which seem a bit like just better bikes, but I think they're slower. I don't know what they do. They have all kinds of moves. I think they're good at punching because they got good sticks to hit people with. We got flying winged boys, and I kind of want some. They're just kind of... They're deep strike. They're deep strike, and they can fly, and that's nice. Then we have the Talos. It's a weird thing. Constructed by the insane homunculi, the Talos is a torture device that sweeps across the battlefield on anti-gravitic motors, latching onto its foes and incarcerating them within its armored shell. The death spasms of those captured propel the Talos towards its enemies as it's shooting. Yeah, it's they're all like that. I'm sorry. My ones aren't, though. They're going to capture everyone they meet and they're going to take them to a really swell party, and it's going to be fun. And they're just going to have a good time. I don't know what's going on here. It's got skulls on it. And we can see a lot of the... there's a lot of artwork for... Okay, no, we're still on how you choose your army. Don't worry about that. I just like looking at the pictures. There's a lot of here about how you'd paint your boys. And there's a lot of showing you all the nice lads you can get. Like this blue boy. My one is also blue. And it tells you the strengths and weaknesses of everything. But the weakness of everything is that it dies immediately if someone looks at it funny. Also, the bikes, you can just... Mine were all built up the same way. But you can put the little spiky bits on wherever. You can have all the knives on one side and the gun on the bottom. You can have the front bit sideways and the gun on the bottom. You got options. Wish I knew about that before. What we got here? We're expanding our army. We're learning strategies. Move around. If you've got no opponent, it's very easy to win a game of Warhammer. You just walk across the pitch. Yeah, here we are. We're at the painting. Yeah, look at that. One thing I noticed looking through this book is they spent a lot more time being bothered to put these stupid little spikes on everything than I did. Those things, they're like impossible to put on without getting glue on your fingers. So after you've put like 2 on, the rest all just want to stick to your hands. And they're really tiny and fiddly and horrible, and you drop them on the floor and then they get stuck to the floor because you can't find them, and then someone walks in barefoot and stands on these tiny floor spikes that you've made. And we got some very nice... notice again... Oops, I somehow turned about 15 pages. Notice these lovely goblin green bases. Perfect. And there's a very simple step-by-step on how to paint. Spray in black, paint it red and silver. What are we doing here? I don't know what the difference is between these two except for the eyes and the base. What have we got? Painting? Is he using a kitchen tile? Because I use a kitchen tile. There's the goblin green, that's for basing. Is this like him showing how to do it wrong, or is this good? Should I be using a kitchen tile? You want to be outside when you do that, or you make your house smell of paint and also exacerbate your asthma. Pro tips. We got how to paint a car, normal car. We'll get to that at some point. We've still got to glue it together. We're learning about knives. We got a different selection. I did not get much. I mean, I got all the pointy little bits. And there's some ideas for how you could attach bayonets to things here. Again, the pokey little bits are just too much of a pain in the ass for me. Maybe you have a higher tolerance for little pokey bits. Look at this dude. He's cool. I like him. Some of these, yeah, this is the one where it's showing off ones people have done. People have done some nice conversions, and some people have just painted them blue, but don't worry about that. Look at that guy. He looks pretty cool. Gonna be honest though, fellas. I reckon our lads painted better than any of these lads. What have we got here? Yeah, I really like all the pictures. I don't know. It makes you excited to get in there, start painting some dudes. It makes me feel like I should probably base my guys. I should probably not just paint the floor goblin green and put sand on it, but you know. Look at that guy. He knows what's going on. Which guy am I talking about? You don't know. We got a big one here of Dark Eldar rushing down some dudes. It looks bad for the guys, but also remember that they're in rapid fire range now, so they'll get 2 shots with each of the guns. And that means that each man here can kill 2 Dark Eldar. And then we have like weird fluffy bit, which I kind of like. That shows like all the weapons and how they work. How does knife work? What is knife built of? It's built of blade and handle. Now you know. And this is like in universe, someone got their hands on some Dark Eldar stuff, and they're trying to work out how it works. And we got splinter rifles, which doesn't sound that threatening, to be honest. We're going to give them a splinter. It's probably why they're not very good. But sometimes the splinters are poisoned, apparently. The heavy weapons, I think this is what the homunculus we've got has, which is nice. And the bigger version of that is a Dark Lance. I thought I had 2 metal guys who had Dark Lances, but I couldn't find those either. Dark Lances were basically required because they're the only way Dark Eldar have to kill tanks. They had a special rule where any armor counted as 12, I think, which is lower than 14, which is the maximum. So they were handy to have. You didn't have any other way of getting through armor. Oh yeah, I didn't show the bloody... We did have one, like, decent hitting boy. This Talos here. He has 7 toughness and 3 wounds. I mean, I think nowadays everything has, like, 50 wounds, but, he could do some stuff. He could punch. This guy can punch. He has D6 attacks. I hope you roll good on that when you're trying to punch someone. And then we have all the characters. Here's one. He's mad. It says Drubal Vect. It's bloody Drubal, boys. Whichever has Drubal. We have Cruella the Vile. We have Lilith Hesperax. Nice. And this guy, Drazha, Master of Blades. I had him as well. And when I was talking to my dad about trying to build up all my guys again, he mentioned this model, and he's like, "Oh hey, we had one of those on our shelf for ages. We had the Master of Blades just sitting on the shelf." And I was like, when I was talking about having lost a bunch of my dudes, having lost the Talos and the metal boys, I was like, "Oh hey, can I have this Drazha Master of Blades who's been sitting on the shelf? Maybe give him a more modern coat of paint." It turned out he'd gone missing as well. Just disappeared off the shelf. No one knows where he lives now. There's like little fluff bits about all of them as well, and I'm not going to read them because they're a bit long, but some of those are fun. I think this guy kills some orcs. Oh, it's from the point of view of the orcs being killed by this guy. It's a pretty cool model. He has very large knives. This one's very, very edgy. It's Decapitator, the Mandrake champion. It's bad. Okay, and then we got the special scenario for the Dark Elder. This is the only I don't know. It's a scenario you can play if you want for some reason. I don't think anyone ever played it. They just put it there for the book was quite short, so they just threw that in. And then I think we just got law at the end. We might go through more of these rulebooks at some point. I enjoy them. What's going on over here? Eyes without life, maggot-ridden corpses, mountains of skulls. These are some of my favorite things. Mine aren't like this, guys. Mine are very, very nice. Oh, lighting is poor for this. And this says this is some Wyches overrunning Sisters of Battle position, but the Wyches are about to be blown away. There's no good outcome for the Wyches here. Sisters of Battle have proper armor on. They're doomed. Hey, that's the end. We did it. I was gonna see how this video went. How wobbly was I? Is this watchable? Better YouTube channels have done this exact book. Maybe we'll get to this book sometime. Maybe like a 400-hour long video as I go through all the pictures. Probably not. What do we got here? Look at that. Beautiful. More Dark Elders. Tyranids. I love the Tyranids and I wanted some, but I never... Tyranids are so cool. And Tyranids really bad now. Everyone complains that Tyranids are like garbage. But look how cool they are. Why did they make them bad? Why make these boys good, Games Workshop? They're like alien bugs. Every race in Warhammer is like an existential threat to the universe. Except the Dark Elder are like some annoying boys who they're driving the bikes around too fast and it's bothering everyone. I mean, they do other stuff as well. They do all the edgy stuff, but they're not like... I mean, no one really cares about the Dark Elder. They're just around. All right, that's what we're doing here. We're done. It's this Codex Dark Elder. We'll do something else next time. Thanks for watching.